You hear a word glacier, a lot of things will come to mind, but I think for mountaineers and for skiers, they really mean a lot of things. They mean a lot of fun. They also mean something that is ever changing. We hear about glaciers through the media or wherever it might be, but until you're swinging tools or if you're skiing on them and you're seeing that change firsthand, it hits you, and it's a really stark reminder of how fast our environment's changing.
In North America, you know, we traveled 13 hours to get to the glacier, and you're sitting in a car driving, you know, filling up on gas every 4 hours, and you're conscious of how much money you're spending and how much oil you're burning. And then you get there and you see the markers of how it's receding, and that, you know, that hits you. It's almost hypocritical. At the same time, these things aren't going to be around in 50 years, and you know, you got to get out there and experience it, and hopefully you can take something away from that.
Maybe one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life was actually rappelling into the glacier, down to the base, to the rock beneath the glacier, and there was a pod where you could climb under. It was just lit up with the most amazing blue light. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. I would have never guessed what a world lies down there.
I think there's a lot of things that are naturally just really intriguing about being on glaciers. There's the element of pure color, shape, and form, and there's also kind of the element of adventure and the ability to move on, around and in glaciers as kind of this three-dimensional place. A lot of sports are in fact interacting with the natural environment, but when you're skiing or climbing in these places, you're seeing that change firsthand every trip.
The north face of Athabaska was first climbed. It was rated 5.4, and Canadian Rockies pioneer Barry Blanchard came up a decade ago and re-rated the crux pitch of it 5.8. And it's no doubt that it was originally 5.4, but as the ice has receded, the climb has gotten harder.
Swinging your tools into something that may not be there next year, it hits you, and it's like, these are indeed melting, and they're melting really fast. The medium of glaciers is changing a lot of the experience of mountaineering.
That difficult section is just going to increase in size and difficulty as the ice continues to recede. In 20 years, that pitch may not even be climbable. And it's just a single route, you know. All over the world, things like this are happening, and hundreds, thousands of routes are becoming inaccessible or unclimbable because of the receding ice. Certainly equipment may get better and the climbers may get better, but that's no substitute for the route being in condition.
The waters from this snow massif flow in 3 different directions. So in the north, they flow to the Arctic Ocean, to the west, the Pacific, and to the east, the Atlantic. Being present in one of those geographic landscapes is, almost once in a lifetime and just a cool place to be.
I think when we think of glaciers, we think of these frozen masses, but in reality, these are legitimate forms of drinking water, well-being, and agriculture for a lot of people around the world. Here in Canada with Athabaska, it's Western Canada, but in India, it's the birth of the Ganga River, which is a major source of drinking water for the world's fastest growing country.
It's almost like made sparingly, trips to glaciers can be beneficial because, they're physical evidence of what we're doing. And perhaps, I hope, that would influence the way you live your life. Try and keep these guys around. Maybe our kids will be able to see them and climb on them.
Yeah, check. Is this thing on? Yeah.
I am Hans.
I am Ulrich.
Today we are going glaciating the glacier. I am
Exactly.
Bye!
Oh, I ate shit. It's all good.